So how do we communicate these things? Because we're talking about, our KPIs are changing. So how do you take these media related KPIs? Because I came from before marketing, I was in media and radio and television, and the KPIs are totally different. As you mentioned, you're thinking about retention and attention, and the measurements are totally different. They're not transactional like business, like sales things. So how do you communicate from as a CMO or marketing director, VP of marketing? How do you communicate to the CFO, the CRO, um, the KPIs that they understand that aren't so revenue connected?
I think this is one of our biggest challenges. And I actually think marketing has had this challenge forever. In the business of marketing is complicated. Nobody thinks it is, but if you're a marketing practitioner, to be able to create a campaign and put it out to an audience and for that audience to engage and react with it is a complicated process, right? Because you've got to have the right message. You've got to have the right content with the message. You've got to know where that person is on their journey. You've got to have the right tactic to get to them. First of all, you've got to even know where they are and have you got their data, right? And then you've got to put all that together and you've got to get it to them, out to them in a way that they then respond. And you've got to be able to measure all of that. And now it's not even one touch. What is it people say? It's like 47 touches before somebody does something, or 27. I don't know. It's crazy, whatever it is. And so the business of marketing is complicated, and you're trying to tie many parts of the business together. You're tying together market fit, product market fit with a messaging framework. You're tying that into an execution plan, and then you're giving it to sales to follow up. And so there's multiple places where it can break down. And so not only is that always been complicated, now it's changing because now the buyer changed. You think about it. Who's our buyer? Our buyer is somebody that engages with content in a very different way now. You and I are buyers, right? How do you buy something? I don't buy this blouse by walking into a store anymore. Like, I don't know, 5% of my retail purchases are probably made in a store. I do that online. How do I buy a car? I don't buy a car online, but guess what? I will go onto a site and inform myself far greater than I've ever done before. So as consumers, our time has got so reduced that we want to inform ourselves. Now think about the next generation. I have a 16-year-old daughter. How does she inform herself? All of her school follow-up is done via video. So she gets home, she goes on to YouTube and looks at her teacher's class bits or video. Every explanation is in video. She wants to look at a summer camp. She goes onto a site and there's all these videos of the previous summer camp. She wants to engage with friends. She's on social media, and that's all user generated. People want to inform themselves about a drug or a medical procedure. They want to see it. They want to see what's happening. They're not scared anymore. They want to see it. They don't want to go to a doctor and read it. And so we've changed, and the next generation has changed. And we've got to be able to deliver that up in video, but that means we've got to be able to measure it differently too. So now this complicated business of marketing has got this overlay of, now we've got this new digital world, which is crazy, right? I mean, crazy. Every time you want to read something, you've got 27 pop-ups and you can't get to your actual content. So you've got to break through that. And then you've got to start reading these different metrics and signals. It's complicated. And I think marketing needs to get to the bottom of how to simplify being able to tell the story to a salesperson of what a buying center has done. No longer is it an individual, because I'm not, in my business, I'm not buying something myself either. So you've got to know the whole buying center. And I love the technology we have to look at intent and to look at what we see people doing and consuming and search words they're using, because I want to say to my sales team, here is an account and here is what that account has done in the last 30 days. There have been 20 people. These are the things they're interested in. So you need to tailor your outreach based on that. And there's so much that goes into delivering that to them. But ultimately, what I'm telling them is, I can make you more successful by you understanding that buyer easier than you doing all the research yourself. I'm going to deliver that information to you. That is our biggest challenge. Deliver that in a consumable way that means they're not spending all their time searching. That is marketing today.